have been feeling extra sort of homesick recently. It's something that's been weighing heavily on me recently. Oh, it's a big lizard on the wall. Can't tell you how happy I was that happened to me whilst I was in the UK. Adam! Adam!
You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard time, you and I can weather any storm.
Hi everybody and welcome back to our channel. So a little bit of a sit down video with me today. And my boy Dash, my cutie patoot over here. Who is definitely in his mouthy stage. Stop biting me. So, I'm gonna put him on my lap. Oh no, he wants to go. He's gone. Right, I have been feeling extra sort of homesick recently. It always happens. Like I was last in the UK, I left in September, so. Coming up to 8 months. Since I was last in the UK, and after a few months of being away I always start to miss things from home, especially because I'm seeing the weather picking up in the UK and it just makes me want to be there and be part of it all. So I thought I'd sit down and I'd come up with a list of the 10 things. The first thing is something I was talking to Josh a lot about recently, and I'm just missing the different seasons. I feel like as Brits, when we are experiencing the not very nice days in the UK, and I know there's a lot of them, we are very negative about where we come from, but there is something so special about the different seasons. Like I really miss that atmosphere in the winter. I know it's cold and it's miserable, especially January and February. If I'm honest, I would be in the UK 10 months of the year, and January and February I'd come to Uganda. That would be my perfect life setup, to be honest. But I really miss that sort of like, it's something nice about being inside, all cozy with the heating on, with a blanket, with your fluffy socks on, and it's cold and dark early outside. And then the transition from that into spring, when it starts, you start hearing the birds and life feels like it's starting to look up and the atmosphere changes. And then summer, when it stays light until late and people are out in pub gardens. And I know it's not always, because the weather's not always good in the summer. And then autumn and the lead up to Halloween and all the leaves falling from the trees. I just love it, and I feel like until you've been away from it, you don't realize how lovely it is. So yeah, we are lucky out here in Uganda that the weather is pretty nice year round, but you just don't get those different atmospheres and like feels and vibes throughout the year. Like every day without fail the sun sets and rises at the same time, and the weather is always, I mean, some days do get hotter, like sometimes it's early 20s, sometimes it's early 30s, but it doesn't like differ that much. So yeah, that's the first thing I'm really missing, and I can't wait for Josh and the other kids to experience all the different seasons. Number 2 is the food, which I feel like anyone who is away from their home country will say the food, because it's what you've grown up with and what you're used to, and whenever you're away from that, it's what you miss. And I'm sure like Josh will miss the Ugandan food when he's in the UK. But something I specifically miss that I just can't get out here, obviously as a vegan, a lot of the food here is just naturally vegan, like rice, beans, all these sorts of things. But it's kind of like the vegan treats or snacks or fast food. They're things that I can't get here. There's no a vegan cheesecake hanging about, or there's no vegan burgers. These sort of things that aren't exactly the healthy choices, but are nice to have once in a while, that are just not things that I can get out here, and not things that my mum can send out either, because she has very kindly sent bits out here. Like I've got my nutritional yeast and my seeds and things like that, which I haven't been able to get here, which I missed, but I hear now. But obviously she's hardly gonna send me out a McPlant for McDonald's or a vegan goo cheesecake. Okay, number 3 is online shopping and just the convenience of everything. Now there's a lot of negative things to say about Amazon, but the fact that almost anything that I might need, I can order it online and it will arrive the next day, or at most in a couple of days. It's just like here sometimes there might be something I really need and you're just traipsing, you have to go physically, you're traipsing around all the shops in the heat and you just can't find it. A lot of things are available in Kampala, but like me and Josh both don't know our way around Kampala. We don't even know where to look. Things aren't like online, so not just in terms of shopping, but nothing's detailed online. So shops aren't detailed online, most restaurants aren't, so you can't find information out by searching online as well like you would in the UK. It's all word of mouth here, and so the things just take an awful lot longer, or there are sometimes just many occasions where we can't get the things we want to get because we just don't know where to find them. So yeah, I do miss like the online aspects of the UK and just the convenience of it all. Okay, number 4, very specific to the area I live in the UK, and my absolute favourite place in the world is I miss the Mvin Hills. I do love my morning walks around the village here with the dogs, I really, really do, but just nothing beats being up on those Mvin Hills. Like, it's honestly my favourite place in the world, and I'm just so lucky to have grown up there, and I've spent, you know, many years up there for different reasons. As a teenager where I was up there, not on walks, but I just love it, and like, it just feels so peaceful at the top. I love the wind, I love the views, it just is so good for my mental health and everything. I just love it up there so much, and I love taking Adam up there, and I dream of getting my dogs to the UK and being able to walk them up there, and I just, yeah, missing the Mvin Hills. Okay, number 5, and something that actually came up a little bit recently, is I miss like all the things there are to do for families and with kids in the UK. So when we went to Kampala the other day, again, I was trying to look online, but as I mentioned, not a lot of information is online. So just try and find like activities to be doing with the kids whilst we were in Kampala for the day. I just wanted to do something different, and I just, like, I couldn't find much, guys. So we ended up going to the cinema again. Like, it just wasn't a lot, and that is not a problem I'd have if I went to the capital city in the UK. Like, if we went to London for the day, I would not be short of activities to do with the children, let's put it that way. And you aren't anywhere in the UK. There's just so much to do, and obviously some things are pretty expensive. Like, again, if you're in London, you're going to like Madame Tussauds or London Dungeons or on the London Eye or to the aquarium or any of this, it's not cheap. But even like where I live in the UK, things like National Trust, like, they're all set up, you know, so kids have places to play and to explore, and there's usually little activities going on there regularly as well. Or one summer, I got Adam and I a membership at a castle near us, and it's an English heritage place, and every week there was another event on for the kids, whether it was a bird of prey event, a dinosaur event, emergency services event. There was just always something going on for the kids to be doing, and they're just so, in that way, the UK is so much more kid friendly, and it's just set up for kids to experience different things, and that's just not really a thing here. Number 6 is kind of the healthcare, but not just for people, but for the pets. So this is a very, again, relevant thing for us right now. I've been a little bit poorly again, and I just don't even know where to go. I don't know where's best to go. It's going to cost me lots of money wherever I go, and I don't know where's best for what's wrong. With COVID, we spent an awful lot of money recently, and we've got 0 answers. That now I'm trying to speak to a vet in the UK who obviously isn't here, but is trying to help, because the vets here pretty much gave up and said, oh, we don't know what's wrong. So the experience that people have here, as well as, you know, they just don't have it, and they just don't have the expertise to deal with everything. I mean, the human healthcare is better than the pet healthcare here, don't get me wrong, but still, like, there's a lot to complain about the NHS. But number 1, the fact that you're not going to run up a huge bill, and number 2, that, you know, a lot of those doctors are very, very good. I know, like, the wait times and things are too long in the UK. There are problems with it. But when I was back last summer and I had to go in hospital and have a little procedure done, like, I can't tell you how happy I was that happened to me whilst I was in the UK, because it was really unpleasant, and I would not have been comfortable with that happening here. So I do miss that. I just wish that I had my pets in the UK with me right now, so that they could be tested properly there, and the vets could get to the bottom of what's wrong with Kovu and just help him, because it has been quite stressful here. Because, like, I don't want him to get worse or anything bad to happen to him. I just want some answers, and no one here is able to give them to me. Following on, still keeping to dogs are something that I love about the UK, and, you know, miss as well, because we used to be able to take Amber around and things. It's just how dog friendly the UK is as well. So obviously here, dogs, people don't love dogs as much. Dogs are usually for a purpose, and that is security. A lot of people are terrified of dogs, and they're definitely not viewed as like equal family members as perhaps us in the UK view our dogs. We just see them as part of the family, and so life is not set up for them. You know, like how in the UK we can take our dogs to the pub or the pub gardens, or there are some pet friendly cafes, or again, like if you go into a National Trust or any of these places, a lot of them you can take your dogs. That sort of thing doesn't exist here. The dogs have to just stay home all the time. And I would love to be able to take my doggies around with me everywhere. Okay, number 8. Although in saying that, I haven't had, well, I have had some experience with it. I was gonna say, it's, I don't know if this is something I miss, like, yeah, it is actually, because it's something that's been weighing heavily on me recently is in the UK, your access to like services, for example, like, you know, assessors for like special needs and you know, ed psychs and all these sort of things, the access to all that, you know, everything is there. I mean, it's not cheap if you're going privately with all these things, but it's there. And a lot of my children are high need and we haven't got to the bottom of their needs, and here it just feels like I'm on my own with it. The teachers have never even heard of half of these conditions, they have no idea, and they're not going to be implementing, you know, special things in the school to help the children, even though we don't have diagnoses anyway. And Josh doesn't really know what these things are because they're just not things that are widely spoken about here. A lot of people just don't know. Like, people don't really know what autism is, dyslexia, ADHD, like all these things, and there's so many more than that as well. Like, we're looking with Tallie, we're wondering if she might have some sort of visual processing difficulties, and again, that is just not something people are really going to know about here. And the access to that in the UK, and like the support of like getting them assessed by professionals so I can support the kids in the best possible way, like, I just want that so badly. And it is, yeah, it has been weighing heavily on me because sometimes I just feel like it's a lot and it feels like it's on me, but just is what it is at the moment in time. Right, number 9, I miss my physical book collection. I love my Kindle. I didn't think I would love my Kindle, but my goodness, I love my Kindle, and how like convenient it is. I read in the shower, I read whilst I'm cooking, I can just tap tap, and it's so good. And I actually think I'm very much a Kindle convert, but also like nothing beats the smell of a good book, and I take a lot of pride in my books, and I've organized it, color coordinated, but I'm very particular. Like, I like my books to look unread even when I've read them. So bringing any books out to Uganda, not only are they heavy anyway, but it's just not an option because unfortunately Uganda is a very dusty country, and I have had books out here before and they look old within a week. So as I said, I'm very particular about my books. So bringing them out here is just not an option for me. So they're sitting at home waiting for me. But yeah, I do miss like holding a book and getting a new book. Finally, number 10, something I feel like I miss a lot as a Brit in Uganda is the humour. I feel like Brits have a different sense of humour to a lot of the world, and I just don't laugh as much here, guys. I just don't. Oh, it's a big lizard on the wall. I just don't laugh as much here. I feel like Brits find British humour funny, and yeah, that's not what surrounds me. So I haven't been laughing as much. But in that same respect, I don't know if Ugandans necessarily find British humour funny, or even understand British like dry sarcastic humour. Anyway, those are the 10 things that I feel like I miss the most at the moment. As I said, I've been feeling pretty homesick recently, but hopefully it won't be too long and we will get back there. Before I end this video, I'm going to ask Adam what he misses most. Adam! Adam! What top 3 things would you say are the things you miss most about the UK?
It is Nanny.
Nanny?
Granddad, of course.
Granddad.
Amber.
Amber, Rebecca, and cardamom body. But that can come under people. Those are the people you miss, yeah? What else do you miss?
Nerf gun so I can shoot people.
He misses his Nerf gun. And final thing?
Toys.
All your toys. You left behind quite a lot of different toys. All right, thank you, mister. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video. We hope you found that interesting, and we will see you again in the next one.
Bye.
James is saying bye as well. Bye.
You came along, couldn't